onto the handrails.
Pendant que le véhicule
Please stand clear of the doors.
veuillez vous éloigner des portes.
While the train is in motion.
Sans mouvement, veuillez rester assis.
Please stand clear of the doors.
Veuillez vous éloigner des portes.
While the train is in motion, please remain seated or hold on to the handrails.
Pendant que le véhicule est en mouvement, veuillez rester assis ou tenir les membres.
Next station, prochaine station, Caledonia. Caledonia Station.
Éloigner des portes.
While the train is in motion, please remain seated or hold on to the handrails.
Pendant que le véhicule est en mouvement, veuillez rester assis ou tenir les membres.
Next station,
Prochaine station.
Forest Hill. Forest Hill Station. Change here for line
le véhicule est en mouvement.
The next train to your Please remain seated and hold on to the handrails.
Pendant que le véhicule est en mouvement, veuillez rester assis ou tenir les rampes.
Next station,
Prochaine station,
Winford. Winford Station. Please remain seated and hold on to the handrails.
Pendant que le véhicule est en mouvement, veuillez rester assis ou tenir les rampes.
Next station,
Prochaine station,
Sloan. Sloan Station. Arriving at
arrivé à
Sloan Station. Doors will open on the left.
les portes vont s'ouvrir.
Attention customers, line 5, be advised the hold of West Gum Shop building has an emergency alarm activated on board a train. Response personnel has been dispatched. Customers, line 5, train services loading westbound Caledonia Station with an emergency alarm activated on board a train. Response personnel has been dispatched.
Please stand clear of the doors.
Veuillez vous éloigner des portes.
While the train is in motion, please remain seated and hold on to the handrails.
Pendant que le véhicule est en mouvement, veuillez rester assis ou tenir les rampes.
Next station,
Prochaine station,
Pharmacy Station. Please stand clear of the doors.
veuillez vous éloigner des portes.
While the train is in motion, please remain seated and hold on to the handrails. doors.
Veuillez vous éloigner des portes.
While the train is in motion, please remain seated and hold on to the handrail. The next train to arrive on the eastbound platform is for Kennedy.
Le prochain train à arriver en direction est à destination Kennedy.
Veuillez vous éloigner des portes.
While the train is in motion, please remain seated or hold on to the handrails.
Pendant que le véhicule est en mouvement, veuillez rester assis ou tenir les rampes.
On the right.
Les portes vont s'ouvrir sur la droite.
Next station,
Prochaine station.
Lionview. Lionview Station. Train is in motion. Please remain seated or hold on to the handrails.
Pendant que le véhicule est en mouvement, veuillez rester assis ou tenir les rampes.
Next station,
Prochaine station.
Kennedy Station. Change for line 2, Northern Fort of the Snowden Line.
Correspondance de la ligne de Bourg-Saint-Paul et la ligne Tourville.
This is a terminal station. This train is now out of service.
Nous sommes arrivés au terminus. Ce train est maintenant à service.